Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good myself because today we finally got to witness the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and if you guys saw, I actually live streamed a little bit of it. Unfortunately, I had to go because today was my mom's birthday, so we were celebrating and things were happening when I didn't realize they were happening. So before anything even starts, can we just get a happy birthday, Mom, down in the comments section? Thank you guys in advance. But anyway, I would overall give the event like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty solid all around. There was definitely a lot of filler stuff that nobody cared about towards the middle, but in the beginning they let off with Redfall gameplay, which honestly I had known nothing about Redfall initially, so seeing some gameplay actually got me kind of interested. We saw some Overwatch stuff. Well, obviously there was a bunch of Bethesda stuff, like Starfield gameplay, which was actually shown right at the end, which thank God we finally got some gameplay. If they didn't show Starfield gameplay at this event, I think it honestly would have been over at that point. But one of the other notable games that we saw was we finally saw more about Forza Motorsport. You know, that game they announced like back before the Xbox Series X even came out, and they just never mentioned again. Well, we finally got to see actual gameplay with it. There was a lot of gameplay at this event, which I was very happy with. But yeah, so we got gameplay for Forza and Starfield, and we got like a rundown of a bunch of the stuff. God Howard himself was there. But who would have guessed that, you know, actually good things happening for Xbox would have triggered PlayStation fanboys? And I'm sure there's going to be more to come, but the first and most readily available reaction I had was, of course, from JayTechTV himself. Now, I feel like I need to preface this video by saying this. I still stand by my stance that I really don't care about Starfield. Honestly, like, I still don't have much interest in it even after seeing the gameplay. I just feel like I know a little bit more about it now than I did previously. And the gameplay was not perfect. Like, I would say the graphics were pretty good, but not anything mind-blowing. There were definitely some frame rate issues with it, but we'll address all that later and how it comes into play with JayTech, because the arguments he makes about that just come off as very hypocritical. So without further ado, let's get into the salt.
Again, interesting right here. Forza Motorsport. I got information before we get a release date. Hold on, True Eddie. Before we get this release date at the end of the trailer, I got information that it will not be launching this year. Again, remember, I got a shitload of info right in front of me, and I want to get this information out so it doesn't look like I'm just copying what's going on the screen. The information that I have is that it will be launching next year. That's what I got. We will see if that information pans out to be true at the end of this trailer. But I am hearing that this specific Forza game, Forza Motorsport, will be coming out in 2023. There's no way they show this shit off right now and they come out with it this year.
Okay, to be honest, Jay, I don't even know why you needed to mention this in all honesty, because I'm pretty sure anyone with a pair of functioning brain cells knew that this game was at the earliest going to be coming out next year. We haven't heard anything about it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this was the first time we actually saw gameplay of it. Anyone with half a functioning brain cell knew this game wasn't coming out until next year at the earliest. So I don't really know why you're trying to say like, oh, I'm just trying to get ahead of the curve, I'm trying to prove that I'm not copying what's on the screen. Like, are you just trying to like desperately grasp for credibility or something like that? I don't know, it just seemed a little unnecessary to me. But also something I should mention is there will probably be a bunch of random cuts between when I give my commentary and like different sections of the videos, because, you know, I'm not gonna have the entire like 20 minutes total of clips that I have here playing, because there's a lot of filler of just nothing really happening. So yeah, just a heads up on that.
Especially before Sony starts the new advertisement push of PlayStation VR 2 with Gran Turismo 7, which I know is in the works.
Now he's just straight up lying. Dude, how do you know that Gran Turismo 7 is going to be supported with PSVR 2? It's never been confirmed, and even if it is, I doubt it's going to be that good, because I know Gran Turismo Sport supported VR, but from what I heard, you could only use it against like AI and stuff. So like, how do you even know that it's actually going to be a thing? You're like, oh, I know it's in the works, it's 100% in the works. Like, no, you don't know that, dude. Nobody knows that. And even if it does come to PSVR, it's probably not going to be that good, let's be honest.
Here's the thing.
Yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. Another prediction, 100% correct. They're talking about spring of 2023, which is weird for a Forza game. They normally try to come out with their game in September. or August.
I don't think they wanted to go up against Gran Turismo.
I know, that's what I said, man. But by the time the game comes out next year, it won't matter because the PlayStation VR 2 will have its update for Gran Turismo 7, and we will get a whole different dynamic to an already powerful simulator.
I mean, this just shows you how little this guy actually paid attention to the entire show, because they literally said in the show that every single game in the show would be launching within the next 12 months. So that's kind of exciting to think that Starfield is going to be coming out within the next year. But anyway, yeah, what is so weird about Forza launching in the spring? They literally said that every single game mentioned here would be coming in the next 12 months. So what's so strange about that? Also, to say it's not gonna matter because Gran Turismo 7 is gonna have VR support, again, you don't know that it's gonna have PSVR support. And on top of that, even if it does, again, it's probably gonna be lackluster. And even if it is good, remember that Gran Turismo 7 is just a really bad game in general, which, as you guys will come to find out soon, Jay just praises it like it's the second coming of Christ.
So they're trying so hard. They said the most technically advanced racing game ever created. That is a bold statement when you're looking at Gran Turismo.
You know what, guys? He's absolutely right. Gran Turismo 7 is truly the most technically advanced racing game ever made. No other racing game has had as many microtransactions and pay-to-win mechanics as Gran Turismo 7 has. You know what? He's absolutely right about that.
7.
Hey, they said ray tracing on the track, though. That's something Gran Turismo doesn't actually have yet.
I want to know if it's ray tracing in-game.
I mean, it probably will be, let's be real, because, racing games are already extremely easy to run. So I bet the Series X could probably do ray tracing and still probably have 60 FPS on. And then I'm assuming there will probably be a 120 FPS mode with ray tracing off.
They're doing day and night, but it doesn't matter because Gran Turismo 7 has better day and night.
No joke, when I first heard that statement, not only did I lose brain cells, but I almost burst out laughing on the spot. Imagine being such a fanboy that when you hear a game besides your favorite racing game is going to have a day-night cycle, you don't even see the cycle yet, and then you immediately say, oh, that doesn't matter because my game has the better day-night cycle. I cannot even fathom what would have compelled him to say that. First of all, you didn't even see the day-night cycle yet. How do you know Gran Turismo's is better? And second of all, how does one have a better day-night cycle than another game? The whole day-night cycle thing is sun comes up, sun goes overhead, sun comes down, moon comes up, moon goes overhead, moon goes down, repeat. That is all a day-night cycle is. How can you have a better one than somebody else? Oh my god. This is some fanboy logic right here.
Gran Turismo caught up so much that everything they're about to talk about doesn't even matter. Including the visuals.
Now notice how he said that right there. Gran Turismo caught up so much that nothing matters, including the visuals, because later during the reaction to the Starfield segment, he tries to trash the graphics, but I thought you said graphics didn't matter, because according to Jay, basically, if a game has good graphics, then no other game can have graphics as good, as you'll see later when we get to the Starfield section.
So I'm gonna look at this, but we already know what the better game is. The only thing that I believe this game has over Gran Turismo is the arcade camera angles, which a casual racing fan as myself really do like those type of camera angles.
I do like the arcade style though.
Other than that, I'm gonna tell you right now, there is nothing else there about the show that can beat Gran Turismo.
You know what? You're right, dude. They won't show anything that Gran Turismo has. For example, microtransactions, or more specifically, the pay-to-win ones. Even if Forza Motorsport 8 or Motorsport, whatever it's going to be called, even if this next Motorsport game is the exact same thing as 7 with better graphics and ray tracing and higher resolutions and frame rates, it will be better than Gran Turismo 7 because even Forza Motorsport 7 had more tracks and cars than Gran Turismo 7 does. Also, Gran Turismo 7 is a pay-to-win, always online pile of garbage. Forza Motorsport 7 was neither pay-to-win nor was it always online. So even if this new Motorsport game is the exact same thing, but just with better graphics, resolutions, and frame rates, it will be better than Gran Turismo 7.
Nothing they're about to show with day and night is going to beat Gran Turismo 7.
Oh, no, that's true.
Because everything they're showing right now, Gran Turismo showed it and they did better. What I want to see is Digital Foundry find the same map tracks that they have here and the same tracks that they have on Gran Turismo 7 and then compare those two tracks with the same exact cars. I want one-to-one comparison from Digital Foundry, and then we can again put these rumors to bed about what game is better. But again, right now, you got like 2 douchebags on stage talking, oh, this is better, blah, 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 day and night, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. Gran Turismo 7 showed all of this, and he did a better job.
I'll ask one more time, how can one have a better day-night cycle than another game? The only way a day-night cycle could be bad is if it was like a light switch where it was daytime and then the second it's supposed to be nighttime, it just flips to nighttime, which obviously isn't the case based on the gameplay that we're seeing. It's very obvious. It just transitions from day to night, just like how Gran Turismo does it. How does Gran Turismo have a better day-to-night cycle? These fanboys are getting so creative and desperate. But I just scanned through the rest of the footage. That's basically anything really fanboyish that he said about Gran Turismo versus Forza Motorsport. So now we're going to jump into what I guess I would call the main attraction, which is his, reaction to the Starfield trailer. Now, again, remember when he said it didn't matter if Forza's graphics were good because Gran Turismo's are just gonna be better, because a little spoiler alert here, he tries to say like, oh, is it gonna look as good as Horizon Forbidden West, and then when it doesn't, he tries to dunk on the graphics. These guys really cannot keep that same energy. But anyway, let's get into it.
Let's go see if it looks better than Horizon Forbidden West.
Come on, Jay, don't even know.
Let's see if it looks better than Horizon Forbidden West.
Jay, don't do that to them, bro. That's a big.
And Horizon Forbidden West got a new fidelity update. But yeah, let's go see if it looks better than Horizon.
No, don't do that to them, bro. That's not fair.
And there it is. He's gonna dunk on the graphics in a second, but he just said, oh, does it look better than Horizon Forbidden West? Does it look better than Horizon? Which I don't even see why it matters. Why does every single game have to be the best graphically looking game ever made? Like, yes, Horizon Forbidden West is one of the best looking games, if not the best looking game ever made. That is very obviously true if you just look at the game. But why does every single game that ever comes out now have to look as good as it? Also, I'd just like to point out the fact that isn't Bethesda still using their really old engine for Starfield? So just keep that in the back of your mind as we watch this, because I think for a really old engine, this game actually looks really good. Like, it looks matte to like decent by today's standards, but honestly, for the engine that they're using, I'm really impressed with how good this game looks.
Compare that shit to Metro and Hellblade 2, what you saw.
Metro, Hellblade 2,
Exodus. Compare graphic-wise, compared to those two.
Bro, this shit look.
Oh, are they showing gameplay?
Yeah, what the fuck robot? This shit look like dog shit.
Man, he judged that fast. He took one look at the robot and said, man, this looks like, a word I'm not going to say, because I don't personally like to curse on my channel, in case you guys haven't noticed by now. But anyway, Jay jumps to conclusions about other stuff with the gameplay reveal. As we'll see later, I won't say what they are, but just know that this is not the first time he jumps to conclusions about things.
I can't wait to see Xbox fans hype this up.
kind of like how, you know, PlayStation fanboys were hyping up Gran Turismo 7. But you know what? We don't need to go into that because, you know, obviously Jay thinks that game is a masterpiece.
That looks just like Death Stranding open is. Let me not. It looks exactly like that scenery. But what the fuck?
But Death Stranding looked way better than this, and that was a PS4 game.
Yeah, at launch too. And the Pro.
Yeah, but Death Stranding was
Tell me, this don't look like Death Stranding.
Yeah, bro, it's a little buggy. It's a little glitchy on the walking frames.
No, Jay, it's not buggy on the walking frames. It's just that it has frame rate issues, obviously. Like, if you watch this trailer in the 60 FPS version, you can clearly see this game does, in fact, have frame rate issues, which that will be unacceptable if the game does launch like that. I do have faith they can probably fix it to an extent, at least, because they still have up to a year before the game comes out. So hopefully they do fix it. If they don't, then that's honestly unacceptable. But yeah, the trailer gave a pretty bad impression in terms of the frame rate, I will say that.
Yeah,
it's not 60.
It's 55. It's 55. Right?
It's definitely looking at like some smaller frames. It does not look like lock 60.
I got
they're
the
trying to be very cinematic with the showing of it right now. I see was walking slow. Trust me, I'm friends with the cinematic gamer, so I know how he plays, walking very cinematically.
Jay, is that 60 right now?
That's not 60.
No, I have a frame count itself. Is that 55, 60?
I'm a guarantee you right now it's not locked at 60.
It's not locked at 60. Right now it's at 51.
Again, I will say, like, the frame rate issues really do need to be fixed by launch, but at the same time, you know, these guys are really hyping up God of War Ragnarok, and I'm just gonna say the only gameplay we've seen of that has been running at 30 FPS and no higher, so, you know, just throwing that out there. If you have a problem with only 55 FPS instead of 60, you're gonna hate God of War.
You know what this reminds me of? If it's anything like what you call it.
No Man's Sky.
This looks like
No Man's Sky. I'm not gonna like it. I'm sorry.
Well, hey, they was hyping this game up. I hope they like it.
That is now 26 frames. What the fuck? Whoa!
Yo.
Whoa.
All I'm gonna say, I hope they like it.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
It honestly surprises me that Jay and his gang of PlayStation fanboys aren't going to like it if it's No Man's Sky, because, you know, that was a PlayStation exclusive previously, but I guess because it's no longer exclusive, now they just can't like it anymore, so actually that makes sense.
This is giving Fallout 3 vibes to me.
That's all I'm saying. I hope they like what they get,
this is actually interesting.
This is the game that's supposed to defeat every single game. If this game gets too much hype over the next 48 hours, Sony will be forced to talk about God of War Ragnarok, which will destroy this game.
Again, pure fanboy logic. Neither game has come out yet. Starfield's not coming out for, at most, an entire year. Probably at minimum, I would say 6 more months. And, you know, we still don't have a release date for God of War yet. And I keep saying it's probably going to get delayed. And if it does, I'm going to laugh in PlayStation fanboys' face who were, you know, dogging on Starfield getting delayed. But anyway, like I was saying before, this is pure fanboy logic. God of War, because it's a PlayStation exclusive, it's just gonna destroy this game automatically. There's nothing this game can do that would ever make it better than God of War. Will God of War destroy it visually? Yes, of course. This game looks like crap compared to God of War, but from a story and gameplay perspective, we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay, no, this is actually looking better.
It doesn't. It's a fucking shooter.
Yeah, you've seen this showcase.
It is a shooter. It was always gonna be a shooter.
No, I'm just saying, it doesn't look better because it's in first person. Any game can look real good in first person. That's the trick that developers have been using for years.
Yeah, because of the
camera gamer angle. Will always say, "Oh my god, oh my fucking!" Do you remember when we saw a gameplay like this for Cyberpunk, and people went nuts? Oh my god, it's a first person shoot! Oh my god, look good! And when it came out, what happened?
Yeah, Cyberpunk is definitely a reason I'm tempering my expectations for this game, but how exactly does the perspective of the camera change the graphics? Because by that logic, Minecraft is the best looking game ever made, and Grand Theft Auto 5 looks like trash, because, you know, the default POV for Minecraft is first person, and the default for GTA is third person. And according to Jay, you know, being in first person automatically makes the game look better than if it's in third person.
What those frames looking like, bro? Because it look like dog shit to me.
Bro, listen.
I know that's dog shit, bro.
I said the frames are looking dog shit to me.
Oh, I thought you meant the game. The
frames are gonna look terrible. Look, this is. It's not ready.
Terrible, but yeah.
I said it earlier, I'll say it again. If you hate the fact that this game keeps dropping below 60 FPS, you must hate God of War being capped at 30.
Oh, them trees looking funky. Them trees looking flat as fuck.
You know what, guys? I really thought Starfield was going to be a success, but I've now realized, thanks to JayTechTV, that is not the case. If a game dares to have flat trees in it, it is instantly going to be a failure. You know, I bet so many people were so excited to get their hands on this game, but then they watched that gameplay reveal and they saw, oh my god, there are flat trees in this game. I need to instantly smash my Xbox, get a PS5, and never get Starfield ever.
Ain't no way you could blame.
Bro, the face animation is terrible. They still can't get the face.
Yeah, they're using that old engine. What engine is that they're using?
Creation engine.
They trying to be so cinematic with what they're showing, but it is not touching me.
Bro,
right
the
now.
creation engine is.
Okay, so I saw people giving Starfield crap for the facial animations. Am I the only one who thinks they don't look that bad? Like, seriously, I can't be the only one. Honestly, like, yeah, the mouth movements look a little weird. But besides that, I think the faces actually look pretty good for the most part. But then that little comment from Jay at the end, oh, this isn't really touching me. Yeah, dude, because it's not a PlayStation exclusive. If PlayStation had bought Bethesda and they were showing this off at their conference, you absolutely would be all over this.
When do you think this coming out? Because I think they gonna push this to the holiday season. Oh, it looks like they're trying to show multiplayer gameplay. I hope that's not the case. They said it was single player.
No, they said single player. They said single player.
I know what they said. I hope they not. You saw that little scene right there where multiple spacemen were together. I hope they not doing. Oh, they trying to show off that cyberpunk shit. Oh, fuck.
Again, every single game that was shown here is coming out within the next 12 months. If they delay this game again, then they seriously have like a management issue or a production issue. Or I don't know what you would call it. They seriously have like a development issue going on if they have to delay this again. Can we just appreciate the fact that this dude didn't want them to announce multiplayer for this game? Like, in what way would multiplayer for this game be a bad thing? In what way would allowing people to play this game online with each other make the game worse? Sounds like their whole exclusives argument where they don't want other people to play the same games as them.
Sam, bro, the question to you guys are, will they come out with it in the middle of the year or the very end of next year? If they push it to the very end of next year, that's very telling that the game obviously is too big for them.
All right, I'm going to remember that you said that, Jay, and then if God of War does get delayed, I'm just going to remember what you said, and I'm just going to assume that God of War is too big for Sony to handle. Because by your own logic, that's what that means, right? Like, if God of War gets delayed, that means Sony can't handle it. I mean, by that logic, how was Sony able to handle Horizon Forbidden West? Because that got delayed as well.
But the space combat looked like dog shit.
Dude, like, this is the most fanboy logic I've ever heard. The dude in the gameplay fired a laser, and Jay instantly said that the combat looks terrible. Like, dude, how can you say that? He fired a single laser, and from that, you can just automatically tell the space combat is terrible? Like, get out of here with your fanboy logic.
Listen, bro,
God did say that.
Do you know
God did say that, didn't he?
Do you know how... Yeah, exactly. Do you know how long it took No Man's Sky to actually be good?
Yes, 4 years.
Exactly. After it came out.
So because a completely separate game made by completely different developers and published by somebody completely different, took a few years to get their stuff right, that automatically means that another game that has similar space-like mechanics is instantly going to be garbage. Imagine a fanboy being so out of reasons to bash the other console's exclusives that they have to start using their own exclusives that they praise to bash it and call their own exclusives bad. I never thought we would reach this point.
They trying so hard to make this shit look cinematic though. And I'm not saying like not realistic, it's just making it look like it's better than what it is.
Wait, JayTech, are you telling me that a company trying to sell me a product might over-exaggerate things and make it look cooler and better than it actually is so I'll be more compelled to buy it? No, no company would ever do that.
It's coming 2023 and it doesn't have a season. It's not ready!
Kind of like how Ragnarok is supposedly coming out this year, but it doesn't have a season yet either. But no, that game's 100% ready to go. That one's absolutely going to come out this year. There's no chance they'll delay it.
Hey, I'm not saying they didn't, but what they showed, I know the Xbox community ain't happy with this. This is nothing you could go on the internet and say, hey, look at this and look at that, and look at this.
I mean, did you not see all the people in the stream chat spamming W? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were happy with what they were shown today. Again, yes, there's frame rate issues to be worked out and stuff like that. There's obviously going to be a bunch of bugs that have to be worked out. But it's pretty safe to say a lot of people are happy with what was shown today.
Jay, they're happy with anything. They're happy with anything.
No,
what do you expect?
They know what they
Yes,
need.
they are.
They know what they
yes,
need.
They are.
Not if they gonna argue with PlayStation fans.
I find it very ironic that this guy was trying to say, oh yeah, Xbox fans, they're happy with anything. They'll take anything, when these guys were praising Gran Turismo 7 earlier. The irony is just off the charts at this point. But anyway, guys, I just watched through the rest of it. They didn't really give any like extreme fanboyish remarks, besides they said that this proved that Xbox was killing itself, which honestly, this was a pretty good event, so I don't know how you could say that. But then again, they are fanboys. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.